Right, back again on the E30. So she's it's clean. I'm not so clean. Might need to clean it some more. I'll clean it. We might need to clean it. But I'm not focused on this just yet. Kind of am. We need to get the M44 a bit more ready before we could even put it in. I'm going to test fit it first because one of the engine mounts, I've been told, doesn't quite fit properly. So we're going to do some tear down on this, take some things off. We're getting rid of the AC, we don't need that. Tensioner. We will take the pan off because we need to put the front sump pan that we took off of the M40. So we'll put that on and then we can probably test fit it to the E30. We'll bring the E30 in here and slap it in. Won't put the gearbox on because I know that'll fit up just fine. It's the exact same. Yeah, that should be about it. So let's pull this off.
Thing's crusty.
I don't know, it's not that crusty. Like, look at the thermostat. Like, I expected that to be worse. The oil pump, oil filter housing's not even leaking. Caveman tools. Where it belongs.
What the dog doing? What the dog? What the dog doing?
Yeah.
He's stuck at the back. Doesn't look too bad.
It's a bit watery. The power steering pump on the M40 was mounted by the sump. There you go, okay. So there's the front sump bolted on. No gasket, of course, so I need to get an M40 gasket. I ordered the wrong gasket. I already know that now. But that's cool that that just bolts on right there. And I'll just use this power steering pump, I reckon. Oh, it still works. Look at that, it's leaking as we speak. Okay, cool. First test fit. 2, 3. Jump it up. So far, it's structural. I've tested it. So we've swapped this engine arm because it kicks back a bit, which is what we need because we need to bring the engine forward as the engine is sitting too far back and hitting the sump. Is there on the subframe. So you can see that better down there. So this, we'll also have to change this mount. Unless, yeah, no, I don't think this, no, we still need to kick this one back as well. So, alright, we've got her off the jack and she's sitting on the ground with one of the arms in with the M40, yeah, M40 arm, original arm on the M44, and the original M44 arm still on there. It's really close, but I just need to make like a little extension thing to go from the arm to the mount. So that shouldn't be too bad, but it clears now. It sits really nicely just above the subframe, so that fits good, and it's sitting pretty well where it should be. It's a little bit tilted backward because it doesn't have the gearbox or anything. Yeah, we've got a good gap between the firewall, so I think that's gonna about where it's gonna be sitting. So I just need to make up that plate to basically extend it like a little foot. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. That's where we're at, so we're sitting nicely. Once I make that foot, bolt that in, I'll probably slot it a little bit so it's got a little bit back forward movement. Then I'll pull it all back out again, do up the engine. But for now, we can also test fit some turbo stuff as well. So, but yeah, just trying to get an idea of if this is going to work, this flipped M44 manifold, and it's way off right now because that last cylinder tube is actually really close to the head. It's hitting the head. But if we grab this little thing over here, place that, whoa, something like that, look at that, sheesh, that looks pretty good. I think that's pretty fitting. This is not the turbo we'll be running. This is like a 3076. Bit big for this this engine, this little 1.9 litre. But yeah, and then we've got heaps of space for the dump, and we'll probably have to go around the steering linkage. But that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to be looking for a like a T28, T25 internal gate turbo, just so that I don't have to mess around with an external gate. As much as like a Screamer sounds nice, just try and keep it simple. So yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's nice just having it sitting in there. It's good little bit of progress. Yeah, on to the next. Or not, I'm not sure. So yeah. Alright, a little plate has been made just to kind of extend that engine arm to go onto the engine mount, and that's all bolted up tight where it needs to be. Same with this one. That one's loose though, but that's fine. And it's pretty level and wherever with where it needs to be. I've put like a flat piece up against the crank and put it up against these two notches in the frame rail, so that should be pretty good. There is, you know, a bit of movement, so that when I get the actual box bolted up to it and finally put it in, I'll leave them loose, have the box where it needs to be, nice and straight, and that's where we'll, you know, that'll perfect kind of the angle. So I'm happy with that. Quick little modification, the fabrication, and she's all bolted in. So let's yank it out and start pulling it apart. Let's pull the engine back out, put it on the stand, rip it apart. Alright, so M44, let's pull this thing apart. I'd say let's start with the wiring harness because there's so much of it, it's all over the place, but it entwines like under the manifold, so we'll start with manifold. That's it. Oh, what a mess. That is way too much. That's ridiculous. Manifold. Now, I have bought a new one of these coolant pipes. As you can see why here, it's snapped. The rest of it is snapped off in there. But it's just plastic and it just snaps in the block. So I'm gonna do one of those. Yeet. Glad I did. And I got a new one of these, new one of these, new one of them, different one of them. I gotta replace that. Gotta do a bunch of stuff, but yeah, let's keep going. Oops. That's a lot more oil than I expected. rainy. Oh, see you later. Alright, the GoPro decided to die. So, missed a couple things there. Got the thermostat off. And the water pump, which was a bit of a pain, as it came out in a couple pieces. It was like, really like, I don't know, rusted in there or something, really stuck in there, so I had to get the trade flame out and just heat it up a whole lot and then just wallop on it, but that got it. So, glad that's out. It came out in a couple pieces, so I had to pull them out, that's alright. I also got stuck on this bolt, as I only had me Tool Pro guns. Not very good, but my work gun, the Milwaukee, should be able to get this, I hope. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, like a glove. Like it wasn't even there. Awesome. Alright. Let's see if we can get... Oh yeah, and that'll just slide right off that pulley. Beautiful. Don't mind the what's going on in the background. We've been having storms. There's supposed to be another one tonight. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Look at that. Nice. Look at the insides with all the chains. Looks quite clean in there, which is nice. That's what we want. Nice and tight. Cool. Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna get some Glad wrap and wrap this whole thing up. Take the rock cover off, wrap the whole thing up so that nothing goes in it. Alright, she's pretty well all stripped now, so I'm going to get some of those pieces sand-coated, sandblasted, and maybe powder coat, or just paint them the same colour as the E30. And I'm going to wrap up the block, probably the head as well, and paint it silver, so it looks nice and clean again, so it doesn't look all nasty and rusty looking. Same with the oil pan. I don't want putting nasty stuff into the car. So, fast forward to whenever it's all clean and done.